Link's Awakening is a game about a seafaring voyager who becomes trapped in a storm and is washed up on a mysterious island. After being rescued, our transatlantic traveller sets out on a unique adventure where he proceeds to drown in ponds. Like seriously, this guy came from across the sea, and I haven't seen such adverseness to water since a certain marsupial slipped off a lily pad. But even more seriously, Link's Awakening doesn't deserve to be lumped in with the remake trend, because it's not what we consider a remake to be by modern standards. Reeled you in with that title, didn't I? Honestly, I gotta commend Nintendo for not including HD or Definitive Edition on the box. What Link's Awakening actually does is take a 26-year-old beloved Game Boy title and reimagine it as an adorable, tilt-shift inspired diorama set, complete with compulsive gambling, performance-enhancing drugs, mowing the lawn, telephone marketing, confusing fetch quests, and everybody's favourite, animal enslavement through ASMR. What it also does is reinstate Zelda conventions. Playing Breath of the Wild for the first time? Well, forget about everything you expect from a Zelda game. With its refreshing perspective on a legacy franchise and open-ended approach to level design, it'll make even the most seasoned fan go, huh. Then, wait, he can swim? Now forget about all of that, and remember what makes Zelda actually fun. Alright, I might be acting out a little on the newest Zelda title on the Switch. It's a solid effort. Much like recreating Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, the assets and models have all been updated to take advantage of the new hardware. Nintendo could have easily just ported over Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. There was even speculation that Skyward Sword was seeing a transition over to the Switch, based on rumours from the series director. Instead, we were surprised with the announcement of Link's Awakening, and for what it's worth, I don't think anyone suspected a game that began its development as a side project in 1993 would be rebirthed on the Switch in 2019. But it's Nintendo, so... Koholint Island is one of the strangest locations in the Zelda universe, covered in dense forest, foreboding swamps, treacherous mountain trails, perilous deserts, ancient castles, and... Hey, wait a second! It's full of bizarre inhabitants, and it's rare you'll stumble onto a tile that isn't playing out an unorthodox introduction to this colourful cast of characters, including Super Monkey Balls, Bee Population Skeptic, LS Delightful, a Fire Emblem cosplayer, this monstrosity, Dobby the House Gravedigger, and many more you're sure to have electrifying encounters with. You might think I'm focusing on the more unusual aspects of Link's Awakening, but the story... oh boy, the story. So, upon instruction from an owl that has no business in a tropical biome, Link is tasked with seeking out 7 magical instruments capable of awakening the Windfish from its slumber. You can't make this stuff up, but obtaining these magical instruments to seek an audience with the revered Windfish is by no means a small feat. Link must spelunk through trap-riddled dungeons, overcome terrifying enemies, and face off against formidable bosses that will test wit, might, and endurance. And then there's this guy. But what would Link be without his trusty arsenal of items, weapons, and other useful equipment to overcome the otherwise impossible? Well, he'd be dead. Link's Awakening boasts a number of new and returning tools to aid him throughout his adventure, such as Chloroform, Gotta Go Fast, Counter-Strike, I Have to Go Now, Hyrule Needs Me, Hugging Geodudes in Reverse, Digging My Way Downtown, Hippity Hop, Windfish Next Stop, and many, many more. But beyond its quirks and beneath its surface level humour, Link's Awakening tells another story. A story of isolation, apostasy, and adversity. The Link who washes up on the shores of Koholint Island lacks a kingdom to save, or a princess to rescue, and subtly probes the virtues of heroism and the framework of a hero's tale. Instead, this story focuses on perseverance at any cost, and although it never outlines the boundaries of evil in bold strokes, it never highlights piety either. We work under an assumption of goodwill, believing that our journey will conclude once we fulfill a promise strewn together by village rumours, but the spectres we slay in the land we conquer behave in accordance with a perceived justice. Link's Awakening is an important title in the Zelda timeline, because it afforded the developers a chance to experiment with the license while never straying too far from convention. As such, Nintendo have openly commented on the impact Link's Awakening had on the success and longevity of the series, going so far as to claim that the Zelda games that followed wouldn't have shaped up the way they did without Link's Awakening's influence. In a way, it marked the beginning of a short-lived trend for Nintendo, where Link's Awakening signalled a deviation but not a departure from the format of A Link to the Past. Majora's Mask was developed and is viewed in much the same way when compared to Ocarina of Time. But Link's Awakening is a gooey hot mess, but it was created with love and recreated once again with mindfulness towards preservation, but ambition to be something completely fresh in respect to its source material. Link's Awakening is a demonstration, no, a benchmark on how to do a remake right. Apart from a nod to its origin, it's an entirely new game. I mean, sure, you could argue that newer games that are released in updated formats can't be upgraded any further due to shorter length of time between them and the original, and I'm not stupid. It's as much about money and market presence as it is about rejuvenating an older game. But by doing so, it dilutes the nostalgia, whereas Link's Awakening in 2019 plays like I remembered it did in 1993. So should you get Link's Awakening? No. Play Breath of the Wild first, then maybe Super Mario Odyssey, and then, I don't know, Vroom in the Night Sky. But you'll have fun, whether you're a veteran or a tourist to one of the true oddities in the Zelda timeline. If not, you can always rag on it and post misleading YouTube videos like I did, or look up saucy fan arts of Link's